Welcome back to the channel where I talk about fitness and mindset. Today I want to go more into mindset because I'm always talking about fitness. So I'd like to go into mindset and kind of explain how it ties into fitness. So you do all the working out you want and get fit, but if your mindset isn't right, you're never really going to be able to enjoy the process or the results you get because you're always going to be looking for something better, which it's not necessarily a bad thing to always want to strive for better, but you want to be able to enjoy the whole process going through. So the way they kind of tie in together is if you work on both, you're going to get your fitness right, your body right, and your health right, but then you're going to get your mindset right as well. So how they come together is more like you you won't really expect that instant gratification. And this is going off of my own experience and kind of like how I experienced it. So you won't really rely on that instant gratification anymore, which is a big one because that will destroy your fitness, the journey, the instant gratification. It'll make you give up. It'll make you, expect things that are just, you shouldn't be expecting to begin with. This is a process on both sides and you have to, stick to your habits daily. But it it helps with that, the instant gratification part. It also helps with the consistency. So in order to be consistent, you have to, work towards something. And that's what mindset is doing for you, because if you have a good mindset, you'll be able to stick to it and trust the process and understand, like, okay, if I keep doing this, it's going to work. It may not work right now. I may not see everything I want right now, but I'm staying consistent and I have trust in the process and I have trust in myself to get the results that I want. And that is a huge factor in it as well. And another huge one is stress relief. So mindset, practicing mindset, like, is the best thing. I think is the top thing for stress relief. And stress just destroys everything. If you're super stressed out, it's going to mess up your recovery. It's going to mess up your sleep. It's going to make you not want to work out. It's going to just make you feel like crap all the time. You don't want high stress in your life. You're always going to have some stress, but if you practice it along with your fitness, you're way less likely to have, that high level of stress in your life because you always have something that's counteracting it. So tying these two together, if you tie fitness and mindset together, you are going to feel a whole lot better and completely change your life. It's changed my life, and that's why I really made this channel, because I want to share it with everybody else because I know how valuable both of these together are. So next, I want to talk about how it helped me. So I started with just fitness. I didn't even worry about, mindset, because my whole thing was I just want a nice body. I was fat growing up as a kid and I was always self-conscious. Even when I got skinnier, when I lost some weight, I still didn't like taking my shirt off. There was no shape to my body. It was just like a skinny fat type of look. It's been a long journey. It took me a while to get out of that. And when I finally got out of it and I got lean and looked good with my shirt off, I still wasn't happy. Now I'm like, I still look like crap. Like, now I gotta compare myself to everybody on social media, and kind of just, I need to look like that now. I need to look like this guy now. I need to look like people I may never look like, instead of worrying about, like, getting to the best point of my own self and my own body and really being happy with the results I already attained, which were actually really good results. So after, I went through that for a while, I started on the mindset path. And I'm not going to lie, when I first started mindset, I thought it was ridiculous. I thought it was stupid. The things I had to do daily, I was just like, this isn't going to do anything. Like, this is just wasting time. Like, why am I doing this? But when I stuck to it, and it was a process, I did give up, go back, give up, go back. When I stuck to it, it helped me out so much. And, like, to a point where I could say, don't get me wrong, fitness, like, changed my life, but I honestly think that mindset had more of an impact than fitness. And it's still a work in process. My fitness and my mindset, I'm not perfect, so my fitness and my mindset is always going to be a work in process. You're always going to have your slip ups, but it's made everything so much easier, so much better. And I see the progress. I see the progress daily, and I trust the process, and it just makes things so much better. But that's kind of how it helped me. It kind of made me, realize, like, okay, I've attained a very nice physique naturally for my body. Like, compared to where I started to now, I think I look great now versus before I was like, oh, I look like crap no matter how many compliments I got because I fixed the mindset part of it. And it's just so super helpful if you can nail both of them down or at least work on them daily. You don't have to nail them down. You just got to work on them daily because they do work. You know, even when you think they're not going to work, you keep doing it every day, just like your fitness. You keep working out 3 days a week. It's going to work. You know, it's going to work no matter what because you're consistent. You're following a program. It's the same thing with mindset. You just got to give it time and you got to let it work. And when you put them together, like I said, it made me change my whole look on myself. And I actually have gotten better results now because I'm enjoying the process more. I'm not always looking down on myself, and I'm seeing I'm actually seeing the improvements now. I'm like, okay, I'm getting stronger week by week. Like that's a huge improvement in itself. And then let's say when I go into a dieting phase, like I start cutting down because I want to get super lean. Instead of sitting there in that in between part where like you're kind of flattening out and you kind of look worse. I'm not sitting there like, oh my God, I gotta go back. I gotta go back. Like I'm like, no, trust the process. This is how it is. This is what you need to do. You just gotta get through the process and get it done. And it works. I literally just went through this right now. I went through the process. I did a little like mini bulk cycle and then I came back down and did a aggressive cut. And midway through the cut, I was like, why did I do this? I look so much worse. And then I was like thinking about it. I was like practice, practice what you preach. And once I thought that, I'm like, just stick with the process. Now I'm at the end of my cut. I look great. I think I look, the best I've ever looked. And I'm ready to go back into the bulk soon. Everything's good. I stuck to the process. But to shorten that up, it's helped me by giving me a better look at my body, a better look on my mindset. It actually made my progress better because now I'm not as stressed out. I'm recovering better. I'm excited to get in my workouts. I'm excited to crush new PRs. Like everything is just great with that. So that's how it's helped me, and that's how it can help you too. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is daily habits to follow for your mindset. And only two. I only want you to follow two because remember, the last thing you want to do is fill up your day with like mindset things right in the beginning. That's just not the way it works. When you start a workout plan, what happens if you work out 6-7 days a week? You fail. You don't want to do that. You know what I mean? You want to do this slowly. You want to put it into your life slowly so that you can really soak it in. You can work on it and enjoy the process, not make it a chore. So if you focus on 2 small tasks a day, and these 2 tasks are the ones I started on and focused on, and it really helped me out a lot. And they're so small. You may look at them when I say this and be like, what is that going to do? Trust me, you do it every single day, it's going to do a lot. So the first one is a gratitude list. And I'm not even talking about like a huge gratitude list. Just get up every day. You could do this whenever you want. They always say like morning, night, whatever. Like I've done it. Sometimes I had to push it, sometimes I had to get right up and do something. So I usually do the gratitude in the morning, but you can do it whenever. It still works. As long as you do it every day and make it consistent and have a schedule for it, it's going to work. So gratitude list literally only lists 3 things. Even if you can only think of one thing that day, just put 1 to 3 things every single day and make the gratitude meaningful. You know what I mean? Don't be like, have some huge, like you want something direct, like it could even be something small. Like say for instance, you got up and you took a shower right away. And then you're like, wow, it wasn't, I'm glad I got to take a shower. It's nice. It made me feel good. It kind of started my day well. Then you put that in there. And then whatever you put in your gratitude list, now you're going to look at it and like think about that. This is only going to take like 5 minutes. Write that down. Let's say the shower. Like there's so many other things, but I'm just thinking of one thing off the top of my head. The shower. I had a nice shower, made me feel great. You just put down you're grateful that you got to take a shower this morning. Now think about it for a second. Like don't just write it on the paper. Be like, okay, like yeah, I did enjoy it. I was in the shower. The water was hot. It felt great on my body. It was nice. And do that with everything that you write down. Just 1 to 3 things every single day. If you want one, I've done one for months. It still works. It's like rewiring your brain to make you think positive. So just start it. Even if it's 1 a day, don't look at it like it's barely anything. Look at it like this is going to improve my life. Now, the second thing I want you to do is this one is, it takes a little bit more, but it does help. It helps you reflect. So, well, it kind of helps you reflect, and it kind of helps you like rewire your brain to think, okay, this is the problem that I had, but like why? Why was it a problem for me? It makes you really understand like, why is this such a big deal for me? Because a lot of the times it's not a big deal. We're making the problem for ourselves. Yeah, something crappy might have happened, but like you didn't have to react the way you did. Like you're already wired to do that. And this is something that's still a work in progress for me too, but this has helped me a lot so far. I still have it. I still have those times where I'm like, oh man, but it's like I'm better able to like bounce back from it. And that's the key. As long as you can bounce back and get back into the groove of things and not let it shut you down, that is the key, because you don't want to shut down. And that's what everybody does. They just shut down, like, I can't take it anymore. And then they just like go into this dark place where it's just so hard to come out of it, like a rut. And that's why this is so great. But anyways, this one for like reflection, you're going to start, and I do this one every night as well. Do this before you go to, well, try to do it before you go to bed, preferably in the evening, because you want, something throughout the day. And it's great if you don't have anything throughout the day. Think of something from the day before, maybe that bothered you, or, because you're only doing one a day. Two things going to bother you the day before, you just put the other one. But so the way you would do this one is you would put the situation. So for example, I was waiting on a package and it was supposed to be here by 1 p.m. It didn't get here. Or let's say, a lot of the times it'll be like delayed till tomorrow. Now that could have really bothered you, and now you could dwell on it. Remember, this is an example. This may not bother anybody, but like it's just an example how to do it. So you write the situation down. My package was delayed and I wanted it today. Like my package was supposed to come today and now it's coming to tomorrow. I was excited for it, and that just messed everything up. So then the next one is your thoughts. So you're just putting the situation there. The package was delayed. The next one is the thoughts you had on it. So once you found out the package was delayed, what were you thinking? Were you like, I can't, like, what is this? Like, why is it delayed? I paid for this. Why is it not coming? Now it's going to ruin my day. It's going to do all this. And then you just overthink it. So put your thoughts into that part. Now, the next part is your feelings. You'll write exactly how you felt and be direct with it. Like, were you upset? Were you sad? Were you angry? Just write down a few feelings that you felt, when that happened. And then the last thing you're going to put is the behavior. So how did this make you react? So you have all these steps down. Now you have to think, what did it do? Did it ruin your day? Did you let it ruin your day? Did it make it so you may have, treated people in a certain way, like your wife or your husband or your loved ones, whatever? You may have just like shut them out for the day because you're mad, or maybe give them an attitude, or you had an attitude with people at work, or like, what behaviors did this cause you? Or did you call the company and freak out on them? Like, this is all going to make you reflect on everything. So practice that every night. That's literally only going to take like 5 minutes too. I kind of went into detail with it, but just write, situation, thought, feeling, behavior, and then just put something short for each one, just so you can reflect on it and see it. And this is going to help so much. So just a gratitude list and the situation, it can literally just be one of each, and just do that daily. You don't have to do the 3 for the gratitude. And those 2 alone is going to set you up to start rewiring your brain and make you feel so much better. Like it helps so much. I catch myself now having these small little things that bother me, and then I kind of just do this in my head. I don't even write it down anymore. I still write it down, but like just throughout the day, I kind of just like think, and I'm like, why is this bothering me? Like, what is the situation? What are the thoughts I'm having? What is the feeling? And how am I letting it affect my behavior? And then I realize how ridiculous it is. And I'm like, why am I going to let this ruin my day? So I hope this helped you out. I'm going to keep posting videos like this because it's been working for me, and anything new I learn, I will definitely share, because I understand, life can be tough. And that's why I'm so about, fitness and mindset, because these 2 just help tremendously. And I want to help everybody that I can kind of get on that same flow of it. So like, everybody's different, but I know this will work for everybody, because it's positive things. It's rewiring to make you stop. And in the place that we live now, where everything is like almost negative, you know what I mean? And like a lot of people, like for a lot of people, fitness isn't even an option. These two, if you just apply these two things, no matter where you are, you're gonna make the situation better. And I wished I knew this a long time ago. With everything I went through, like my journey so far, which I haven't shared with you yet, and I will share eventually. If I knew this before, it would have been so much easier. I'm just learning it now at 32 years old. Well, not now. Let's say in the fitness for a while, but the mindset, yeah, like within the last year, I've just been learning that. And if I knew this so much earlier, it would have helped, so much better. I would have just felt better overall, made probably a ton more progress. And I've made a ton of progress already, but I'd probably be a lot further ahead. But that's fine. I got it now and everything's working out. But I want to share this with you, and I hope that this helps whoever's watching this. If you can do me a favor, if you can subscribe and like down below, that will help me to make more videos.